one of my most recent podcast guests, we were talking about something similar, is that balance that we're on this spectrum and we kind of just bounce and flow and roll and play in the in between. And that's sometimes you can find the best peace and balance there. We think that, oh, you have to be like, again, to your point, the polarities, successful or failure. But sometimes the most learning and some of the bigger ahas are in the quiet little mundane things that happen that bring us awareness and clarity into ourselves.
Mhm.
um, we talked, you mentioned kind of about reframing hard and easy for yourself, and it is harder than it sounds. Do you
Mhm.
have any thoughts or recommendations on how somebody could redefine those words for themselves, or kind of explore that maybe a little further?
Totally. I would recommend you start exploring why it has to be just for you before you actually explore the difficult, easy binary. So if you start to actually think about things like, oh, well, what could make this hard thing easier? Usually it's, well, if I asked for help or if the universe just navigated me through this XYZ, whatever it is, then it would have been easier for me. Then it would have been more simple for me. I could have still gone through that hard thing, air quotes around hard, but it would have been easier. I could have so then you start asking for help from your guides. Then you start asking for help from the universe, those types of things, because the truth of it is humans are not supposed to do everything individually. We are herd animals by nature. And we have this vast network of soul support that we come in and completely forget about because of the nature of reality that we're in. And so the more you realize, oh, if that support is there, it's there because I matter. Because if I didn't matter, I wouldn't have that support. It's been there your whole life. You can look back. Every single person can look back on something and be like, oh, wow, I can't believe I made it out of that. And then if you're like, oh, wow, I guess I probably had help making it out of that. I probably had this thing just work out. And you can start kind of relying on that. It makes the hard stuff a lot easier, knowing that never in your life do you have to do it all by yourself. You can always ask your guides. You can always ask your higher self. You can ask deities. You can ask creator, whoever. Your guides are the most accessible and the most responsive for the most part. Um, but that notion of starting to ask for help, even not to other people, but just to your guides, etc., makes a big difference.